Yeah,
Don't we all?
exactly.
Well, you mentioned that like before, like when you were in school and when you were talking to
Yeah.
the lady at Walgreens and stuff, you said you didn't really know what social workers did.
No, I thought
If
there
you,
was CPS solely. I had
Mhm.
no clue what it was. So
I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way. Like I don't
mhm,
know, and I'm curious. Like
yeah,
what? Just so we know a little bit more about your background too.
mm.
What do social workers do? Yeah.
Social workers, they do almost, they're in every setting, right? So you got I took the route of, private practice, but we got like program directors for like nonprofit. We got hospital social worker that does like case management, you name it. Police force, they have social workers to kind of manage crises or whatever it may be.
What was your role specifically?
Where
What did you do
at the Harris Center.
during that 8 years?
So first, I was a case manager. I was the one getting assigned uh, referrals to go out, knock at the door, talk to them, do a like initial assessment just to see where they are, find out a baseline, and then we got them connected to our in-house doctor, and we worked with them for about 30 days to get them connected to more long-term services. So I did that for about 4, 5 years, and then from there I went to become a supervisor, a clinical team lead. Was it yeah, clinical team lead? After that, I got that position with MCOT, and that position lasts for about a year and a half, and then I transferred to another position. And the position that I left the Harris Center at is a CTL, still clinical team lead, but it was for rapid response. So rapid response worked pretty much directly with the police. If someone's calls 911 and there's a mental health aspect to the call, instead of sending the police, they'll send us.
Oh,
Right.
so you
So
were that guy for a period of time.
no,
Oh, okay,
well,
okay,
yeah, shortly, but then I became a supervisor for them also.
okay,
So
gotcha.
I will get the referrals and make sure like
Make sure
people
it
are,
got handled
yeah, got handled,
correctly.
yeah, appropriately.
Okay, so for the majority of your time, though, at least, well, I guess half the time,
Mhm.
roughly, you were the guy, boots on the ground, knocking on doors.
Absolutely.
Can you share with us maybe some lessons or things that you learned from being in that environment? I'm sure it
Yeah.
was just craziness sometimes.
Well, I think some lessons that I learned was that, a lot of times your clinical knowledge, like the things that you know or the things that you learn from the test books, is irrelevant out there, right? It's just sitting down with a person, being personable, listening to that person, hearing that person out, having some sympathy, having some empathy, and kind of de-escalating the situation. Because our goal was to keep them where they were. If we had to, if it was too bad, we would pack them up and take them to the hospital. And if it was too bad and they didn't want to go to the hospital, we'll call the police to come take them to the hospital. So my goal while I had my boots on the ground was to keep them where they are. Let's de-escalate the situation, make the environment safe, and have our team follow up with them to get the ball rolling with getting them into services.
And would they respond to those, like
Mhm.
to those follow ups and stuff pretty well?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of times, yeah, they will respond to the follow ups. We'll have a clinician go out and meet them two times a week, 3 times a week. If they see the doctor and the doctor thought that they were severe, then well, they'll see them more. I mean,
Hmm.
sometimes our doctor had them seeing people 5 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're that severe, and she prescribes them medications so that you gotta have like medication management, make sure like there's no side effects that's too wild, and kind of get them stable before getting them into long-term services.
Yeah, and the more you talk about this, you mentioned that for a while you thought it was just like CPS. I
Yeah.
have to admit, in my head too, all I'm thinking about is a parent and child situation
Yeah.
here, but that's not always the case. There would be all types of
Hmm.
different
Yeah,
issues going on here.
exactly. So yeah, like with the Harris Center, they did a lot. They had something to accommodate anybody that was going through or experiencing mental health issues.
Mhm.
So even with homeless outreach, even with assisting the police, um, juveniles. For a while, we're like helping the juvenile courts and things of that sort. And yeah, it's a lot. Like anytime something happens in the community, like the shooting in Uvalde, right? They sent the team out there to kind of be there for the people that
Mm-hmm.
possibly lost loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting in Santa Fe, same thing, right? Anytime something happened in the event in the community, send people out there. I was just watching the Astro
Oh,
tragedy.
I saw that. I
Yeah.
haven't watched it, but I saw
Mhm.
it like on Netflix or
That was
Yeah.
nuts, man.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that was
And
nuts.
so as soon as that happened, we had people out there,
Mm.
to console people or calm them down or process what just